Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to learn about networking fundamentals. That means what is network, how many types of networks are there, and what are the advantages of networks and disadvantages of network, and network architecture, as well as the components, means device of the network, and types of internet connection. What is mean by internet? We are going to learn today. So first of all, you have to know what is mean by network. A network consists of two or more computers connected together to share the resources like exchanging files or allowing electronic communications and device sharing purpose we are using in any computer lab or anywhere in a building or in one building to another building or between one state to another state or worldwide. If you are connecting computers, how many computers? Two or more computers linked together or connected together to share the resources. It may be files or electronic communications or devices, that is called network. So these to evolve this network, the computers are connected with wires or without wires, means wireless communication as well as wired communication, means wired network as well as wireless networks. So if you are connecting computers, network means connection of the computers or interconnection of the computers. When you are connecting with the wires, you can use the cables of like a twisted pair of cables or coaxial cables or optical fiber cables or telephone lines. So when you are going for wireless connection, you have to use waves or satellites or infrared waves or microwaves we are using. So this is about network and types of network. And now we are going to learn about types of network. So what is types of networks? We are going to learn about what is the need of computer network. Why we have to connect. Suppose you have a friend circle. What is the need of friend circle? So that is called one of the network. You have a large network. Some of you have a small network. Some of they have the large number of friends. When they have the friends, the information will be shared very fastly. Similarly, when you have the computer network, you can share the files. You can share the resources within a fraction of seconds. Within a seconds, communication and collaboration will be easy, and you can access the computers remotely. Means you can sit here and you can access the computer where somewhere else located in the geographical area, and the data will be protected. Suppose if you lost the data in your computer, the data will be saved in the network and you can get it back. Example, Google Drive is the one of the backup which we are using. So the data will be saved in the network, means it will be saved. Okay. And there will be some disadvantage also there when you are using computer networks. What does that means? Maintenance and administration will be very typical, and some initially the cost will be there. Means to create a network, we have to spend some amount of money. Sometimes network will be down, means server down will be there. So at that time the communication will be slow, as well as when we are using network, the virus may enter. So it may we have to protect our computers throughout the with the help of antivirus. And sometimes we may our files may be hacked. So these all these things we have to consider everywhere. Whenever we are implementing something, there will be advantages as well as disadvantages. We have to overcome the disadvantages. Okay. And next we are going to learn how many types of devices we are using to connect to the computer network. Okay. So what types of devices we are using means, generally these are the devices we are using. One is routers, gateways, repeaters, bridges, hub, and modem. These are the general devices which we are using to connect the computers in a network. To connect the computers in a network, we are not only using wires or wireless communication. To this wireless communication, we are using some of the devices. So those devices we are going to learn now. So what are the devices? Routers, gateways, repeaters, bridges, hub, and modem. Okay, these are the devices we are using. So here, how to use the router? A router is a device which is used to connect two different networks. Suppose if you wish to connect your computer to the internet, if you wish to connect your computer to the internet, we are using router. In general, in your homes, you are using router to connect a network, to connect to the internet, to connect to the internet, your mobile or your computer or your laptop. If you wish to connect to your internet, you have to use the router. Gateway is a gateway is a device which is used to connect, which is used to connect like two dissimilar networks, otherwise to connect all the LAN networks. Suppose gateway is a device to connect all the dissimilar networks, all the dissimilar networks. Okay, repeater. Did you observe the coaxial cables which we are using for city cable network? Did you observe some boxes will be there? Those are the repeaters. So these repeaters, why we are using, if the length is increased, if the distance is increased, signal strength will be decreased. So to rebuild the signal, to regenerate the signal, we have to use the repeaters. Our repeaters are the devices which are used to regenerate the signal strength. When the distance increases, signal strength will be decreasing. To boost the signal, to regenerate the signals, we are using the repeaters between the networks. Bridges are used between two dissimilar network. There is one network is evolved in my room and another network is which is evolved in another block. So to connect to these two networks, we are using bridges. Hub is there as well as switch is there. Both are actually hub and switch are the both are the devices which are used to connect the computers in a network. Suppose you are connecting computers in a network. How you are connecting all computers together? There will be a wire will be there. That wire is attached to the hub, and all the wires are attached to the hub. Now the network is evolved. So a computer is connected to another computer with the help of hubs only. Okay, hub or switch. Modem meaning modulator or demodulator. Modulation means converting the analog data to digital data. Sorry, digital data to analog data. We are typing something in the computer, that is called digital data. To convert the digital data into analog data, that is called modem. Modulation, that is called modulation. Demodulation means converting the analog data to digital data, that is called demodulation. You are using modem. So modem is nothing but modulation and demodulation. Modulation means converting the digital data, whatever we are typing in the computer, that is called digital data. Demodulate, that is converted into analog data, nothing but waves. Demodulation means analog data is converted into digital data, nothing but waves are converted to digital data. This is about the devices. Types of networks. Here they given local area network, wide area network, and metropolitan area network. Okay, so for this I am going to add one more, that is personal area network. So here based on the geographical area, the networks are classified. One is local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network, another one is personal area network. So here, what is mean by local area network? The network which is evolved between in a room or in a block or in a building, between one block to another block, or between one building to another building in 1.5 kilometer radius. That network is called local area network. Okay, so why we are using generally? To share the resources like printer, scanner, to sharing purpose we are using, as well as the data will be very fast in this. Okay, and it is used local area network may serve as few as 2 or 3 users, means it is served as between like 10 to 20 users. So that is called local area network. Okay, next, see, this is local area network, like 2 3 computers are there and it is connected to devices, and these devices are shared between these all 3 computers, like internet cape centers or in computer labs. Any computer lab of any organization, they are using local area network to share the files as well as to share the resources, and the data cost will be, and initializing cost will be less compared with other networks. Next, before going to learn about wide area network, you have to learn about metropolitan network. Means we are going in a hierarchy. LAN, MAN. A metropolitan area network which is connecting the computers all over the city, means the network which is allowed, the network which is evolved between the world, means sorry, in the city, spread over the city. If a network spread over the city, that network is called metropolitan area network. It is spread around maximum 50 kilometers. Maximum 50 kilometers. Here we are using different device to connect computers. It may be wireless connection or wide connection. Next, wide area network. Wide area network means the network which is used to connect the computers between one state to another state, or one country to another country, or international wise if you connect, that is called wide area network. Means the network which is evolved around the states, around the national, around the international locations, that is called wide area network. See, this is one of the network and this is one of the network, and these two networks are connected through the internet, throughout the world. And this is about metro network topology is not required right now. So next we are going to learn next we are now we are going to learn about the network architecture. That means it is a overall design and layout of a computer network. Computer networks are two types. Network architectures are two types. One is peer-to-peer network as well as network architecture, client server network architecture. Now we are going to learn peer-to-peer. In this, the main points we are going to discuss. And here, it is the concept was popularized by file sharing systems such as music sharing application Napster. Means this architecture concept is popularized when we share the music, and peer-to-peer network is created when two or more PCs are connected and share the resources without going through a separate server. Means there is no separate server. You have to know what is mean by server. Server means where all the data will be stored in one centralized system, that is called server. So in peer-to-peer, there is no separate server. Every system is treated as a server, and two or more systems are connected and they have the equal capability. Means if you require any data, I can supply, and if I need the data, you have to supply. Like peer computers are both suppliers or consumers of resources. Means if I need a resource like any device, I can take it. If you need any device from me, you can take it. So this is comes under peer to peer. You can see the architecture. This is the architecture. Here all computers have the equal priority, and if I required anything, I can request any system, and that system is having the data that it will send. If the same time, if any system is sending a request to me to get the data, I will provide to you. Means here I am acting like a receiver as well as transmitter. Both will be possible. That is comes under peer to peer. Next one is client to server model. So advantages before that: use less expensive hardware, easy to administrate, use has full accessibility, ideal for it is useful for small business and home users. Okay, easy setup and low cost secure. Disadvantages: it is not that much secure. There is no central data, means everywhere the data is stored. So additional load on computer, because every computer is having the same data, no? So additional load on the computer because of resource sharing. And maintenance little bit hard, may have duplication resources, difficult to upload, security policy. Next one is client server model. In general, we are using client server model. You know, when we are searching the data in the Google, our computer is acting like a client, and where the data is stored, we are getting the data somewhere else the in the computer from the network. In the network, somewhere in the computer, the data is there. That data we are getting. So from the client side, we are sending a request to the network. In the network, there is a computer which contains a data. Through that data, it will respond and it will send the data. This is called client and server. Means client will send a request and server will respond. If the data is available, it will send the data, or else it will send a error message. So it is called request service called clients, and provided service are called server. So this is called client, means our systems are called like clients, and the where the data is available, that is called server. Server is often designed to be centralized system that serves as many clients. Means this is served to the many clients, to the many computers. Clients and servers communicate over a computer network. See, how can I communicate with the server computer? I have to send a URL request, that is using HTTP. Google we are sending. So URL means uniform resource locator. Using that URL, we are sending a request to the server. The server responds to our message if the data is available. Otherwise, it will send a error message. Okay. This is about client server technique, and there are some advantages will be, there are some disadvantages. These are all clients. These all are clients, and this is the centralized system. Okay. So these all are sending a request. As per the request, it will send the message to the clients. Advantages: centralized security and faster access, single password. Disadvantages: central point failures. If the server fails, total network collapse. Administrator is required, server software is required, and can cause network congestion. Now we are going to learn about what is internet and what are the types of connections we are using. What we are going requirements to connect to the internet, what is required to the internet, and types of internet connections we are going to learn now. Okay. Now we are going to learn about internet. What is mean by internet? And what are the advantages of internet that we are going to learn? Okay, so first one is you have to know what is mean by internet, definitions and basic service of internet and world wide web we are going to learn. So internet means interconnection of the networks. We have the network. Suppose here one network is evolved, and in another state another network is evolved. In another district one network is evolved. All over the world, different small networks are evolved. So all these networks are interconnected. All these networks are interconnected. Then it is called internet. Internet is a interconnection of the networks. Interconnection of the computers is called network. Interconnection of the networks is called internet. Okay, means many different types of networks are interconnected together, that is called internet. First network is ARPANET, that is Advanced Research Project Agency Network, which has evolved in 1969 for the US Defense Academy. Okay, this is about definition of the internet. Generally why we are using to send a email, okay, to send a email as well as to transfer the files, we are using that file transfer protocol, and we are using telnet allow user to log into another computer. Means from here we can log in the another computer. Suppose you can access one of the computer from here, that is called telnet. Electronic mail, you know what is mean by email, it's not required to explain. File transfer protocol, so this protocol we are using to the email, to the support to the email when we are uploading some files and downloading some files. When you are uploading and downloading, we have to follow certain protocols. What is mean by protocol? Set of communication rules which we have to follow when you are transferring the data through the network, that is called protocol. We are using FTP protocol to download or upload the files to the emails. Okay, next one is telnet protocol. Suppose if you wish to access one of the computer from here to other location, means remote location, from my location from here I can access the other computer without moving to there. So at that time we have to use the telnet protocol. Okay, and world wide web, welcome to the world wide web. It is also called W3, most popular and promising method of organizing and accessing information on the internet. It is what most popular and promising method of organizing and accessing information of the internet. Through the internet, if you wish to access the information, we have to use www, that is World Wide Web. So how it is used? Hypertext is a new way of information storage and retrieval that enables the authors to structure information in novel ways. Okay, so we are using to access the information through the World Wide Web, we are using HTTP web pages. It is a World Wide Web base contains many websites. In that many web pages will be there. All these web pages are created by HTML. Okay, and to access these we have to use HTTP protocol, and we are using www World Wide Web browsers with the help of URL. And many search engines are there. Which are the search engines are there? Google is the most popular search engine to search the data. In that you can type anything and you'll get it. Major elements of the internet engines are, this is not required right now. Which is required that I taught about. Now we are going to learn how to, means what are the requirements to connect to the internet. What we require to connect to the internet? We require a computer. It is essential. Without computer we cannot access the internet. That may be a desktop or laptop or notebook or tablet, even your smartphone. And we require a modem. Modem stands for modulator and demodulator, which we discussed already. A modem is a hardware device which allows computer to receive the data as well as to transfer the data. It may be a line or cable or satellite connection. A telephone line, it may be a cable or a satellite connection or a device also. Okay, so here whenever you are transferring, modulating means converting the digital data to analog data. Demodulator means analog data to digital data. Okay, and these are the main device which we are using to connect to the computer. Then we are going to learn, and we require an account, that is called an account with an ISP. ISP stand for Internet Standard Service Provider. Internet Service Provider, that may be any network, any mobile connection, that may be BSNL, MTNL, Airtel, Jio, Vodafone, whatever it is there. The mobile company, the cellular companies which providing a ISP, in the internet service providers. Internet service providers. Okay, so with that we can connect, and we require a browser. In computer we require a browser, that may be Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, whatever it is there. Those browsers we have to use search the data and the search engine to get the data from the server. So which type of internet connections are there? After getting ISP, means internet service provider, we can find out which type of connection is required to us. Maybe a dial-up connection. That means it is like it is the net. We are connecting to the internet. We are connecting to the internet. We are connecting to the internet with the help of telephone cables or telephone lines, but it is not preferred these many days because if you connect it to the telephone cable, you can access one, you can every time only one user can access that internet, no other cannot use. Okay, either through a phone call or to the internet. And next one is DSL, digital subscriber line. It is also a type of connection that uses the telephone lines, but it is capable of transferring data as much higher speed. Okay, so it is also one of the telephone connection, but the data speed will be high speed. It is like a high speed. Here dial-up connection means either you can call. If you are calling, your internet connection will be loose. If you have the internet connection, your call may be not connected to the phone. Okay, that is comes under dial-up connection. Digital subscriber line, it is also a telephone cable, but it has the high capability compared with the dial-up connection. And cable internet, this type of connection uses for the cable TV lines and gives the fast access to the internet, even higher than DSL lines. Means the cable, we are using optical fiber cable, like broadband connections will be there. Broadband data will be there, means the data will be transferred very high speed. And next one is satellite connection, that is nothing but wireless connection. Okay, and 3G, 4G, 5G systems in your mobiles you are using now. 5G is the latest version of the cell phones in terms of the network coverage of speed, and we are using Hi-Fi. With the help of Hi-Fi, Wi-Fi full form wireless fidelity. So with the help of Wi-Fi, we can connect more than one, two or more devices. We can connect to the internet without wire connection and around 100 meters distance. Suppose if you wish to connect your computers through 50 kilometers distance, suppose I have an organization here, there is another organization which is located in 50 kilometers distance. I wish to connect my organization with another organization with high speed without wires, then I have to go for WiMAX. I have to go for WiMAX. WiMAX also there, worldwide interoperability of microwave access. It is a type of wireless system that allows you to access the internet when Wi-Fi is available at a distance of 100 feet from the router, where WiMAX is available up to 50 kilometers radius. Means if you wish to work with 50 kilometers radius without any wire connection, then you have to go for which connection? WiMAX, worldwide interoperability for microwave access. Okay, so this is about what different types of connection. Now data transfer rate. See, when you're working with the data, the download 1 Gbps, 2 Gbps, it is saying. So that how much data we are able to access in particular second, that is called data transfer rate. How much data I can transfer through the network, particular network I created. How much data I can transfer, that is called data transfer rate. Okay, how much data I can able to transfer through the network, that is called data transfer rate. It is calculated in Gbps, Mbps, okay, gigabytes per second, megabytes per second, megabits per second, kilobytes per second. You can see the download capacity. When the data travel from one computer to another computer in the network, the data is completely transferred with the help of two protocols. One is TCP protocol, another one is IP protocol. TCP protocol means transmission control protocol. IP protocol means internet protocol. TCP protocol is used to identify the is used to transfer the packet from one place to another place. Data is divided in the form of packets. Suppose I am sending one message, it will be divided into packets. Each packet will be transferred randomly from one system to another system through the network. Okay, so which protocol is helps? TCP protocol. Then what is IP protocol? IP protocol is used to identify the you arriving address, means destination address. There are two protocols which we are using. One is TCP protocol, another one is IP protocol. TCP means transmission control protocol. In the name itself is the transmitting. So when you are sending one data from one place to another, one computer to another computer, first the data is divided in the format packets. Each packet contains numbers like packet 1, packet 2, packet 3, and these packets are transferred from one place to sender to receiver through the network. Okay, so before that it should create a network with the help of IP protocol. IP protocol create a line between sender to receiver, then TCP transfer the data. This is about data transfer rates. So by this networking fundamentals are completed, you have to read lesson and work out on the lesson. Thank you.